Well, this is a beautiful place. It's a unique place for sure. I love the fact that I grew up in East Tennessee. A lot of interesting history there.
That pride in place is a trait common to East Tennesseans. They fit well into their landscape.
East Tennesseans are, well, it's a unique group of people, strongly loyal, independent people. My great-grandfather and his twin brother walked from Greene County to Kentucky to join the Union Army during the Civil War. Well, most East Tennesseans, as you know, were strongly independent in East Tennessee and strongly pro-Union, were willing to do what it took to stand up for what they believed in, not even short of walking all the way to Kentucky to join the Union Army, which my great-grandfather did. And that just shows you, I believe, how independent East Tennesseans are.
And for them, this place is home. 1920s Knoxville was a place in transition, with the population of the city surpassing 100,000. For the first time, more people lived in the city than in Knox County. Knoxville was indeed a city on the move. Streets bustled with activity. With this background, a group of prominent local businessmen gathered to form what they called the Home Building and Loan Association.
In 1924, when Home Federal was founded, I think there were like 5 other Knoxville banks here when it was founded in 1924. But the other banks were not interested in making long-term fixed-rate mortgage loans. That just wasn't their business. And so I think the people who founded this bank, again, prominent Knoxvillians, names that you would recognize even today, felt there was a real need for that.
So, in a small space at the rear of the Farragut Hotel, the Home Building and Loan Association began.
I think they believed that if we could get more people owning their own home, it would be better for the individuals, of course, and better for the community. And so they had that goal.
Tough times would soon test that goal and the new institution.
But Home Federal survived the Depression. It was probably a tough time, and I'm sure they went through a lot of heartaches, but they were able to weather the storm and continue on. The philosophy of management had a lot to do with it. Home Federal has always been known as a very conservative institution, understanding clearly what it's all about and stuck to that and not tried to get into areas they shouldn't be in.
Their employees reflect that stability.
If you look at banking in general, you see quite a bit of turnover, but we've been really blessed here that we have people who've been with us 20, 25, and 30, and 35 years, good people. And we believe in hiring good people. That's the key. Make sure you have good people. We've been blessed here all through the years with outstanding people, and we still are today at Home Federal.
Such loyalty is also a trait common to the folks who do business with Home Federal.
People in East Tennessee are great people. They don't warm up all that easy immediately, but once they do, once you've made a friend of an East Tennessean who's been here a long time, you have a friend for life.
That friendship has been shown over and over through the years.
People were loyal to Home Federal because Home Federal had been loyal to the community and loyal to people. The people who had gotten their home loans here, they left their money here because they felt a loyalty to Home Federal Bank, and that continues even today.
Through good times and bad, Home Federal remained in downtown Knoxville.
We believe in downtown Knoxville. We believe that Knoxville needs to have a vibrant downtown. No matter what happens in the suburbs, downtown has an influence on not only Knoxville, it has an influence on this entire area. I mean, this is the downtown for this area, including Maryville and Oak Ridge and all this area. This is the major downtown. And so we made a commitment. We're going to stay downtown.
It's a commitment felt deeply throughout Home Federal.
Well, Bill Walkup was quite an interesting individual.
Walkup's folksy observations ran within newspaper ads for Home Federal for years. His columns spoke to everybody. But on one particular day, he spoke to his successor as president of the bank.
I was in banking when the failure took place, the Butcher Bank failure took place. I was president of Valley Fidelity Bank, so I know what happened there. But apparently Mr. Walkup asked David to walk down. When they closed the bank, they put a notice on the outside that says the bank is being closed, it's in receivership, and there's a big official legal notice on the outside of the bank. And apparently Mr. Walkup asked David to walk down there with him. And of course, it was big news. There were lots of people standing around. And so he said to David, I want you to read that notice out loud. And so David had to read, and all these people are standing around. So David read the notice of the closing of the bank out loud. And he said, now read it again. So David had to read it twice. And all these people, I'm sure they're wondering, what is going on? Why is he doing that? And it was embarrassing a little bit to David. And then after he did, he said, now don't ever let that happen to Home Federal Bank. We also give away a sizable amount of money every year because we think it's important to do that, to return part of what we've made here to the community. And so we do that through donations and contributions and supporting organizations, and we think that's important to do that.
Those who receive help from Home Federal include the programs and exhibits of the East Tennessee Historical Society and Habitat for Humanity.
The goal of our bank in the very beginning in 1924 was to promote home ownership. We've built 21 Habitat for Humanity homes at Home Federal Bank. So we've actually built a home every year for 21 straight years through Habitat. That's just one thing we do. We do many other things, but we think that's important for us to be a part of the community. I think we are focused more on the community than any other bank here because this is our home. It's not the home of the bank, it's our home. All the people who work here, it's our home. And we are uniquely focused on this area. We are successful here because people support us. Our customers support us. We make our living here in East Tennessee. Our commitment to East Tennessee is complete.